am so excited to be here with the cast of Go Boo Part 6. We are Queers Converse, and we are going to be talking about the behind the scenes and all the fun goodies that we are going to be seeing Halloween. So can everyone just tell me your name, your pronouns, and what your role is for Go Boo Part 6?
Hey, my name's Caleb Dameron. I'm the creative director for BeautyBoiz and also the creative director for BeautyBoiz Go Boo. And my pronouns are he and him.
Hello, my name is Bree Patton. I was the cinematographer, lighting designer, assistant director for Go Boo, and editor as well. My pronouns are they, them, and I work in video production with BeautyBoiz outside of this little film we got to make together.
My name is Tina Shea Monet. She, her are my pronouns. I am the heiress. In this film, I am going to be giving you all your glitz and glam and the lovely things that you will want to see this Halloween.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Brett, Brett Brutality, and I am playing the role of the priestess, that shady, powerful bitch, so should be a good time. Oh, and my pronouns, sorry, she, her, goddess.
Howdy, everybody. My name is Chip Sherman. My pronouns are he, she, they, so all of the above. And I am the choreographer / director of movement. And then I also am a cast member of BeautyBoiz Go Boo Part 6.
So excited to be chatting with you all tonight. So I want to know, just as creative people, as innovators, as artists, how have you all been staying creative during this time, during the pandemic?
Well, definitely this project has kept me focused and creative. You know, we've been working on this since, I think it really started in March. Like the creative process started in March, honestly. So that movement has really just kept me going. And, you know, video production has been this really exciting as we pivoted from events that were live, producing digital events has kept me very busy.
Yeah, so same as Caleb, I've been thinking about and working on Go Boo all year long amidst everything else going on. I've been fortunate enough to do a few freelance projects as well, just creating more video content with other artists throughout the year. And I noticed that I've been kind of getting back into my creative roots when it comes to staying creative, because, you know, when there are less avenues to pursue, so to speak, sometimes revisiting where you've been creatively can be a good way to stay active. So I've dabbled in some visual art again, and I'll have some new pieces to be showing soon. But yeah, those are my main focuses right now, artistically.
Okay, so for me with this, I think one of the most creative parts of this is actually getting to work on a project that is, you know, mostly digitally based. Like that is the cool, awesome part about this, and especially like with the Rona and quarantine, like it's actually like so much more, like I feel like this is such an easier receptive like project and something that's easier and funner to like contribute to and really like invest energy into. And this is also like groundbreaking to like see like, you know, all of the behind of the scenes and like how everything works, to see digital art and see all of like the work and the joy and like the effort that comes into it.
I feel like such a granny, like muting and unmuting. I'm like, how do I work the thing? So the ways that I've tried to stay creative during the pandemic, honestly, I haven't been. There have been like some digital shows here and there, but I haven't felt the drive. I've low-key been like that bitch, that like water sign, that Cancerian that's like deep in her feels and in her crabby shell. So this, like to piggyback on what Tina was saying, like this is something that like gave me the opportunity to kind of step out of that shell again. So I guess it's just been like a lot of self-care and buying wigs. That's where my creativity has gone. So yeah, that's tea right now.
And they look so good.
She's figuring it out.
That part entirely. This hair is everything tonight, sis. Yes, please. But I as well have went through at the beginning of quarantine, went through kind of a depression. My main love is dance and theater, and so I got really super depressed at the beginning of this all, and kind of like curled myself up into a little hermit. And what happens when I do that is I usually surround myself with my QT POC family, and that's what happened indeed. And so I've been just burying myself in that world, and we are blossoming now as a house, which is dope. The Royal House of Noir is producing their second ball ever, which is dope, and that's coming up this Saturday. So a lot of my creative process has now been turned into community organization. And so that's where I've like my creativity has, I guess, evolved in the quarantine. And I also am lucky enough to live with my creative partner / be fucking my creative partner. So, that also helps a lot because I can kind of get a release in multiple ways.
Thank you, release.
I bet you do. That sounds fabulous. I love hearing about all of that. Thank you for sharing. What was it like? I mean, that's one thing, but what was it like to film, like make an actual film during a pandemic?
Oh my gosh, it was so easy, no problems whatsoever. I couldn't even imagine an issue. No, it's a lot of work. It's everything that we already have to do, like filming production, which is already a lot of work, but add on that everyone needs to stay distanced, that everything needs to be cleaned at all the time, that we constantly have to be mindful of germs and just everything that's going on. It's a lot. It's a lot, but we did it. We worked it out, and I feel like those difficult things that you have to work through make you stronger in the end, like grow a stronger bond. I mean, being able to come together when we've all been so alone, having that time with these performers that I miss so much, for me was like having my family back, and that was really, really special.
Yeah, you know the saying, everyone wants to critique a film, but nobody wants to make one. Get out there and make one. It's very much that. Making a film is very difficult, and it's also something I love and have loved my entire life. I see film, well, first off, I went to an art high school, and we studied all disciplines of the arts, and you had to master one by the time you graduated. And in that, film was one of the art forms, and I loved it, even though I stayed in visual art because I was a little too afraid to pursue it yet. But I always considered film to be like all of the art forms coming together under one umbrella and just showcasing all the mastery of every art form: music, visual arts, dance, literature, theater, everything in between. So getting to do that with people in my community who are queer and wonderful and Black and brown was like so amazing, because it's so rare to have such diverse sets behind the camera and in front of the camera. So to be able to do that on a community level, while challenging and came with all the same challenges as any independent film, was also so much more fulfilling, than other films I've contributed to. And this one was a lot more difficult in terms of workload because I took on more responsibility. I've contributed to films as like behind the scenes, PA, camera op, and things of that nature. However, this time I got to be a part of it from A to Z, and it was really cool to see it all play out.
Okay, for me, this whole process, I would say, as a young prima donna in film, being able to like express that and also be like acknowledged to have that space of that social distancing was really cute. So it's like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna be in this bubble, and y'all be in that bubble, and you don't come in my bubble. And we make beautiful art, and it's lovely. I live for it. Quarantine and project sounds like the perfect combo. But it is still challenging. It's definitely a challenging process as a whole. But honestly, I feel like the way that this team has put everything together and the way that the flow of everything has been constructed has been lovely.
I would say that I guess for me, the experience just kind of reconnected me to those creative juices that I hadn't felt were flowing, right? But also it was a really nice challenge because I grew up as a performer. Like I've been in theater and dance since I could walk, essentially. And to be able to enter this space and make something really fucking cool with my friends and actually feel challenged in a way that like this global pandemic is creating challenges for us at every single step. And we're trying to like renormalize, right? Like what is the new normal? And I think that these are precautions that we should be taking, maybe not to like the full extent, but like being able to recognize like you just need to be fucking organized. Like we no longer have the luxury of queer spontaneity. Now we're all pansexual planners. So we are out here trying to do our fucking thing and survive. But yeah, that's also me like doomsday prepping back here. But all of those things aside, no, it's been, it just feels like I'm like writing my thesis all over again, and it was fucking awesome. Yeah.
Working during the pandemic has been super honestly challenging for myself. I am a super social person, and I am super physically social that way. And so it was very hard. I've been working on a couple of other projects as well to just like, well, especially as in BeautyBoiz, as the family that we have grown so close to become, it was just really super hard to not be able to touch people, or to like be before you do touch someone, to ask their consent. It's weird, but we're now in this age of growing awareness to consent, and I think that, I guess, is the silver lining of this whole thing, is that I'm being forced to, like, even though I am a lovey-dovey fucking person, I wouldn't hurt a fly, that doesn't mean I don't need to still ask consent before I touch someone. So it was definitely, that was like the most challenging aspect of my pandemic film journey. But on the other hand, it was like, it's super cool to kind of be selective, if you will, and not have to, not have the pressure of creating this huge production. And you're almost kind of forced to like, just have like, a key 8 players, a great film crew, and that's all you need to make a dope film. So it was really cool to kind of like, be forced to kind of hone our senses and make a beautiful project.
I absolutely love that perspective. Thank you. And also, Britt, you need to trademark that pansexual planner line. That was perfection.
Not going to lie, like as like a project manager, like it's just I'm a pansexual planner. That's where I'm at.
I love it. That's fantastic. What new creative areas have opened up for y'all that you think you're going to be able to carry into a post-pandemic time when that happens?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like what started as an interest in creating like cute little promo videos for our like in-person events has turned into, I mean, yeah, digital media apparently is what we're gonna do, and I feel like really good about that. We just shot a music video for, well, we shot a few music videos, but we just recently shot a music video for Alexis Mateo, so you'll get to see that soon. And I think there's a lot of really cool shit coming around the corner, and this Go Boo has been kind of that like big moment, that huge challenge that I feel like we stepped up to as a collective and as a group as a family, and it's really exciting to see that continue.
I would say my creative confidence has somehow risen amidst the pandemic. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like BeautyBoiz, we didn't have to continue existing when this happened, right? There was plenty of opportunity for everyone across the board to like say, I need to take a step back from contributing to this to take care of X, Y, Z. We know everything in between came up during this year. So the fact that we survived that, the fact that I survived that and like continued to give to a collective amidst having so much drained from, you know, other aspects of your life was really empowering, because it kind of showed me that, okay, wow, like we're in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. Like not even a pandemic is going to stop me from producing media and becoming like a better cinematographer, like period. It's over. And once you have that confidence, it almost just feels like anything can happen. Like at this point, I'm just waiting for anything to happen, the miracle, the big moment, you know, the next thing. And that's an exciting place to be. That doesn't mean, you know, this year has been easy peasy for me. You know what I'm saying? However, the creative confidence is there. And I would agree with Caleb. Go Boo was something we really stepped up to the plate and took a bite out of, you know, made a little short, not even a short film, made a little feature film here. And, you know, it was the first one for a lot of us. And, you know, once you take that bite out of filmmaking and really get that first one under your belt as an independent artist, it just opens up so many doors without you even knowing it, because you've cultivated this new experience that you won't even see the fruits of until your next experience, really. So I'm just really excited for what's around the corner for us. I'm excited to meet all the artists we have yet to meet, you know, like I'm ready for it. And I hope the rest of the team is too.
For me, I would say with this process, I'd say walking into quarantine, like I feel like it's for a creative person or a creative, as a creative in general. I mean, like it's really hard walking into like being so used to our platforms being, you know, engaging with a crowd of hundreds and hundreds of people or more, and you know, like to be reduced to, you know, quarantine and finding new ways, new avenues to get reach and to get you know, engagement from other people is, you know, moving into the world of digital entertainment. And I know for a lot of entertainers it's like not the easiest transition, you know, to like get used to having to be your own like team of like, you know, starting everything that it takes with digital media. But I feel like just the challenge alone of like doing stuff digitally is like so amazing for like the realm of, you know, entertainers and people who are used to being on stage, where instead of us being on a stage, we're behind, you know, a team of really, really hot lights and cameras. And, you know, that's what it takes to make the show, you know, sparkle and glimmer and all that good stuff. So I'll say what I'm really, really excited for in this future is really like, you know, seeing where we go with digital performances and what it'll look like in the future. Like this is still just like, you know, a first step that not all of us are used to. So, you know, it's an exciting future to see, girl, what technology is going to do and how it's going to impact the entertainment field and how it already currently is. Like, I mean, there's a lot of amazing stuff going on, like us. So, you know, it's really amazing to see where it's going.
And just, I guess in terms of creative areas for me, like I don't mince my words, or like I don't hide it or anything. I'm not ashamed of it. I used to do cam work, and like throughout doing cam work and being involved in like the porn industry as well behind the scenes, it's really interesting to see where like as a burlesque performer, for the most part, like a drag and burlesque performer, where I need to now take my craft. Like so much of what my performance in general, like I'm not a digital queen. I am not a video queen. This is not what I do. Happy to sit on a panel, but this is not what I do. But she did that. But I'm used to putting like all of my energy on stage and having like a unique experience. And like, unless you can smell me, unless you can feel my hair whipping you across the face, and you can't, like, it's hard to like not be able to be aggressive with my art. Because the social distancing thing, it's forcing us to kind of reassess that and what aggression looks like. How do you actually interpret that power? So now, again, like it's kind of pushing me in that place of I'm being challenged, you know, like the universe is saying, I challenge you to shake those titties and actually edit some shit, you know? Instead of it being just like this raw performance. So I found myself kind of integrating my experience in erotic filmmaking as well as cam work and just like mainstream styling into everything that it is that we're doing now. So yeah, there's some things around the corner. I know I've been like sleeping throughout the quarantine, but there's some things coming around the corner. It's gonna be really cute. So, including Go Boo, but also like.
Honestly, I have to say something that I'm going to take away from this is honestly nothing. Just because I think every artist naturally is constant, at least every good artist in my opinion, is constantly evolving on their craft and making their craft warp to whatever is current and you know, in the now, especially when it comes to POC artists. I think that POC artists throughout history have had to constantly get over obstacles and evolve what they are doing to just get a crumb of what was on the table. So I myself, as a POC artist, just took this as another, you know, lump of coal in my motherfucking stocking, and, you know, pulled up my pants and just got on with it, and kind of like shifted my focus and, you know, more to the digital realm. But I will say, I came away with a lot more fucking respect for people who do film, TV, and this digital platform, because like Tina Shea was saying, I did not realize, like right now I have 3 lights that are pointed on me, but it's supposed to be just a nice little panel, you know what I mean? And so it's like, just understanding that like there is somebody behind that curtain at all motherfucking times, no matter what it is, no matter if it's a huge show on HBO, if it's our beautiful platform coming out to you all, or if it's just a nice little panel like this, there's somebody behind the camera, or more than meets the eye.
You can say that 1,000 times, yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Like organization has its own, like event organization has its own realm of stresses, but doing something digitally like this, and also like editing and all of the technological crap that goes along with it, it is quite a challenge to, I think, develop any artist. And so I love that. Without giving away any spoilers, can you all share with me what your favorite moment or part of filming Go Boo Part 6 was for you?
Yeah. You know, for honestly, I think that my favorite part, it was just like when we got into the rendezvous. Shout out to the rendezvous for opening up and letting us in to film. That was amazing. And getting in there and getting to be, and I mentioned this earlier, but getting to be with everyone in the cast. We had a cast of 12 performers, a crew of 14. And so, you know, that's over 25 people that we're like managing to be in, you know, less than, you know, 5 in a room at a time. So we're like very carefully like putting all the pieces together, but getting to like reconnect with all of these people. And you heard it throughout the day as we're shooting. It's just like, it feels like I'm in community again. So it just felt really cool. And it felt like getting to like transport into a completely different world, you know, with the costuming and just everything. And shout out to NY Exchange for the costuming. It just felt really cool to just be just doing shit again with people that I love. That's what I love.
Well, I have had some experience on horror sets, and so it's always fun to see like how everything gets staged and how you end up doing certain small effects here or there. Horror is such a fun genre, right? Because it can fall in so many areas like camp or like very edge of your seat adrenaline rush. And I really loved seeing everyone just kind of tap into a new theme of performance, like how y'all are saying you're transitioning from being on stage, interacting one-on-one or in large groups, to portraying something on screen. So I loved watching everyone adapt, and you know, y'all are like some of my favorite performers in Seattle. And so seeing everyone's individual performances is just like, it just makes me starstruck, even though I know you all like it either way. So I just loved watching that adaptation of everyone. And I did the light design for this film, so it was really cool to see you all get on stage and fill that space with that light, because y'all were stunning and it just blew me away. And so, yeah, I just love y'all. That was my favorite part.
Okay, so I'm going to be biased and just say, like, my favorite part about this whole experience was, or something that I'm really, really excited about for everyone else to see with BeautyBoiz Go Boo, is gonna have to be me. Yeah, just, you'll see a lot of me. And when you see it, know I'm excited to see it too. That's all.
A gag. Well, so Tina took my answer. My favorite part was also seeing you. Honestly, this just like, it warmed my heart to be on set every day, just to look around and know that like in the middle of all of this weird fuckery, we were still doing our very best to take precautions. It's like, queers get fucking tested, you know? Like, we actually get tested. We show up on set and it's like, yeah, we've got 25 people. That's a fair amount of folks to manage. But what you can do is be responsible for yourself and get your fucking COVID test, live your fucking life, care about the people around you, you know, like keep it locked down so that we don't actually get locked down. You know what I mean? Like, I still want to be able to do ratchet shit with my friends sometimes. And right now, the most fulfilling and ratchet thing that I can do with y'all is create beautiful art. So it was just so beautiful to be on set, like such a unique experience to be on set and know that I was surrounded by people who literally cared about me enough to like take all those additional precautions. And like, we were in this, creating this beautiful work of art under like the most bizarre conditions. That's my pageant answer.
Come on, pageantry. My favorite, I guess, moments would have to be getting the opportunity to choreograph / direct the movement of this piece. It's like Bree was saying, like, I think one of the things that people like to forget, especially my colleagues like to forget, is that we're all just a bunch of fucking groupies that got to do what we love to do on stage. And so it's like, I like to be able to get to like choreograph an Angel Baby Kill 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 number, or to choreograph a Bosco number, or to choreograph a Brit Brutality number. Like, it was just like, just to get that opportunity and to have these artists trust me to make them look good was honestly the bee's knees to me. And I would not, you know, trade it for the freaking world.
Oh, thank you all for sharing. I cannot wait to see what you have come up with. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, go to www.beautyboiz.com. Get your tickets now for Go Boo Part 6. There'll be 2 showings on Halloween. It's going to be the sickest, best show you've ever seen. I just know because these people are fabulous. I appreciate all of you so much for taking the time to chat with me today, and hopefully we'll be conversing with you soon.
Thank you so much, Carmen. We love you. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Carmen. I love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Cannot wait.